have to share a Friday with us, as always. Away from sports, let's now do something on clothes and how to crucially position the clothing industry so that we could empower people economically. And so we're talking largely about the importance of Ghanaian clothes industry towards economic development, and the man who knows it best is here to speak about that. CEO of Coffee Gold Clothing, Coffee Gold himself is here. Hi, it's good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm around.
Right.
Good morning.
Thanks for
How are you too?
Well, I could be better, but Charlie, we did.
I know you are better.
Yeah, but I could be better. I could be better.
Is there something wrong? Maybe some few things to be clarified.
Absolutely.
Of course.
It's in a man's world, but we thank God for it. So
of course.
We're talking largely about how important and crucial the clothing industry is. I'm not too sure it's something we want to debate. We understand that nobody walks out naked.
Of course.
So what it means is that there's a market already where if we talk about clothes, there's a market.
Yeah.
Because nobody walks out naked. How to position it is what we need to look at now. And to connect it also to our economic issues is most important. But on a large scale, I mean, a cursory look at the industry, how do you think it's been handled policy-wise before we come to people who are handling it like you, policy-wise?
Yes, thank you very much. Policy-wise, it's thriving. It's thriving because looking at the state of the industry where it's now, it's better than before. So I believe policy-wise it's thriving, and there's more room to improve, to benefit the Ghanaian clothes maker. So I think the policy-wise, I mean, we're making a gain.
I see.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the gains. Now, the gain is that today you see a lot more people wearing African clothes.
Yeah.
All right? And I agree. But these clothes, the fabrics that are used in making them are not made here. True or false?
It's true. But let's consider it this way. You can get a raw material from any part of the world. What you do with the raw material depends on you.
Okay.
Right. Like the way we take our cocoa, coffee to other parts of the country, and somebody will tell you to drink the best coffee, go to Italy. But you'd be surprised the very coffee which was taken from your village. Right? So I always see that that's the raw material for us. We have to do the dynamics with that raw material we have. That's one side of it.
I see.
Right. At the same time, too, we can decide as a country to go into production of that raw material, which has happened before. Right? But those industries, as you know, have collapsed.
Yeah.
Like Drapon Textile is now it's a white elephant. Right? So that's one aspect. But nevertheless, we still have the opportunity as a clothing industry or dressmaking individuals or companies to still get the raw materials from any part of the world and do the dynamics with it.
I see. So the reason I wanted us to dwell on that was, so you pick money today, you know how the dollar is.
Yeah.
You go out there to get the best of fabrics. You change it, your money goes down because clearly you need more to get dollars. You bring the clothes in here. Now,
no, you bring the fabrics.
Of course, the fabrics in here. Now, when you sew it, that is when it becomes expensive.
Of course.
So those there, okay, are bringing it, their own clothes, they sew it, they add value to it, they bring it, and people now say, okay, that's why I would go for the jacket and rather not go to Coffee Gold, because Coffee Gold, it looks beautiful. What you are wearing is beautiful. But people are afraid it to be expensive because then your production cost is also added to it. And so economically, it's really not making sense for me. And so educate me.
No,
it's the same problem.
You see, I've come to understand one thing. Choices of human being cannot be controlled.
Okay.
That's one particular thing. Because I never know until I got to know I'm addicted to or I'm attracted to one particular product.
Okay.
And nothing absolutely would take me out of it. Without that product, I wouldn't even go for, example, water. I got to know I keep buying one particular water in my house. If it's not that water, I'm not tasty.
Wow.
And I ask myself, why? I ask myself, why? So when it comes to that, analysis, I think since choices of individuals cannot be controlled, right? And as we live in a global village, as they said, somebody would like the one we manufactured the fabric here, while somebody too would prefer to have a fabric manufactured in other countries. But he wants the dynamics of itself or the manufacture of the clothes, the final product made by this particular designer.
I see.
Yes.
So it's about choices.
It's about choices. And then living in this global village, you can't necessarily say you are producing everything. Like example, manufacture of car. Example, Volkswagen. You'll be surprised it's not completely manufactured in Germany because it's a German car. Some parts will come from China, some parts will come from here, all parts of the world. But the final destination assembly, where they assemble it, is where they say, okay, it's made in this country.
For me, I was speaking
but you make
about
sense.
Over-reliance.
No, it still makes sense because you are looking at economic benefits,
yeah.
which we can do it.
Yeah, because if it is cheaper for you, if you can get the best of quality of fabrics at Akosovo Textiles or Japan Textiles, which we grow, we do. Because I'm too sure cotton wool is here.
Of course, we have a lot of cotton.
I'm too sure we can process it.
We
to the
can.
best. It becomes cheaper for you in terms of production costs. So when I walk in, I know, it's beautiful, I can still get it cheaper.
Exactly.
But we can leave that conversation.
But before even we leave that, let me just raise something. Not only, sometimes we look at the fabric, but not only the fabrics, but accessories.
Okay.
This is a baton. Okay. I was talking to someone. This is one of the best batons top designers use in the world.
Oh, I see.
And it's £2 in the UK.
One? Or set of it?
No, one.
One?
Yes.
It's £2. £2, £1 is £1 is what?
£1. Of course, let's assume a pound is 12 cedis.
So that one button you are wearing there is what, like 24? 24 Ghana. Charlie will eat gobble like 4 times gobble.
So sometimes when it talks about economic benefit of every production house, there's so much benefit we can do as a country that we are letting go. And this is gold-plated. Let's ask ourselves a question. It's a metal and gold plated. You know as well as I know. Why can't we do these things here?
Because we have gold.
We have the gold. And it's even destroying our lands.
Yeah.
And we take it all far there. They take the metal there. They do it and bring it back.
Sell it to us 12 Ghana.
And no, even a shop here which have it, you buy like 20 cedis.
Wow.
At Osu, which have a very expensive, and it doesn't fade. So when it talks about fashion itself, it's a chain of job creation. It's a whole trend. The thread comes, the accessories come. There's so many things they're fusing, and you realize that one in that industry can create so much job for a whole of 10 different sector of people.
So I can understand your passion with which you make your clothes and talk about clothes and promote African wares.
Yeah.
Have you met a lot of frustrations that nearly took you out of business?
Well, that's a very good question. Let me be very sincere with you. We are human beings. The way I program myself, myself, if you are my friend and I happens to meet you for the first day and the conversation doesn't zeal on building my conscious, my mindset, my personality or our relationship, we won't talk again. Why? Because frustrations are all around us. Disappointed all around us. We can live without it. You know, there are so many things right now here. There are many things that will tell me I should turn off, stop this business, look for greener pastures somewhere, go relax myself, as people say, better opportunities. But I say to myself, I believe this thing I'm doing have a future, and I'm serving people. I see the service in it more than the benefit that comes to me. So for the frustrations, it's always around. But personally, I don't believe in frustration. I don't believe in disappointment. I don't believe in everything that will pull you back. Well, it exists, but in my world, it doesn't exist.
I see.
Because when you allow it to exist, you never achieve your goals.
I see. Now, let's talk about what you think of how we can then grow. Let's now do a forward march, have a forward march conversation. So now that we know that there's the importance, what can we do and who can do what to ensure that we keep the industry growing?
For the industry to grow, I'm speaking just
as a dressmaker.
As a dressmaker,
Okay.
not because the fashion is very broad.
Okay.
We have the shoe, we have the perfume, we have the beat. It's very broad. As a dressmaker, the industry can grow and will grow when we begin to see the importance of skills. We play high importance on skills development. That's the challenge we are faced with.
In the entire value chain.
Of course, in the entire value from
making the fabric.
No, skills. I mean, I'm talking about skills.
Yes, so I'm saying
skills.
that development from the value chain, from the beginning, making the fabrics to even putting it together and all that. That's what I'm just trying to add. Yeah.
If we can really see the importance of that, trust me, the love for it, because sometimes people don't see the importance of loving something before going in for it. No one ever walk into the best, a place to buy something if he hasn't fallen in love with the very thing. I can tell you, I've received gifts from people which people will say is a good gift. But trust me, I have no idea of the gift. You give it to me, I place it somewhere. Unless I begin to have love for that thing, I go in for the thing, I cherish the thing. That's my personality. So I strongly believe if we begin to value skills training, because out of skills training, we get personalities who want to make clothes or dress. Then you begin to see the chain of which items and which things that we need, which things contributes to the dressmaking, because you can't just get up and make dress. There are so many things involved. And I believe that will open a big opportunity for many people to benefit economically.
I see.
And its growth as well.